3 silver pennies. I think that's a fair price. But anyway, yeah. So I do all that. I drew a craft up a nice little flower or some nice flowers and vines around my sign. Said also plant and like open their seeds up and grow some flowers around it. Just make it nice and flower shoppery. Create some like sensory smells of like eucalyptus and hibiscus smell.
Wait,
Real what?
statters and talents. What are those?
Yeah.
They're all
Because like copper pennies is copper,
yeah.
silver
then
pennies is silver.
Silver goes by those 3 names. Penny staters are
Oh,
talents.
those are all silver.
Okay.
Okay, those are all silver.
Yeah, there's just different like names for them.
Also, I hope that every customer who comes by asks Harold if he thinks that the drinks are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
Just he becomes the advertiser.
No way.
Yeah.
So after I get all that set up, I'll let Felix know we can go find his contact now.
All right.
So let's make our way out of here.
Which I'm going to
Are you
say
saying
that
What's that?
I'm going to say that as we're traveling and as we're going for town, Harold is going to listen and get a rough idea of what things are worth in this area to start trying to figure out what he should be charging.
There's not like doctors. They're
Yeah.
just like free kidney surgery. Or
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
you know, like fix a knee, 2 chins. Like, you know what I mean?
But I'm talking
like-
about like get a rough idea of the actual economy
Right.
so that he knows what's fair.
Right. Yeah, it seems like okay, so you're observing.
We'll figure it out someday.
Yeah. I've already figured out what I'm going to do.
Okay.
If that's what you're talking about, I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, it requires you. It's more of a downtime thing. Like you
Yeah.
can try and do it over a day, but like you have to establish yourself, blah blah blah. There's all sorts of things and words involved. So, Felix, where is your contact? Where are you headed specifically?
I don't know it's the city in general, but let me. What's going on here? 1 second, my computer's being weird. No, sorry, my toolbar thing is popped up here. They're gonna probably be somewhere outside of what's that Mage Tower place?
The Mage
Pardon?
Tower, please. Yo, wait, hold on.
Wasn't that in mod?
Yeah, that's there's an academy here. Yes, it's the Arcanum.
Yeah.
We also apparently got 4 followers, so that's cool.
We got what?
4 followers.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Hmm.
I just realized I'm like, oh shit.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So it's
so
gonna
okay,
be-
so you're going to the Arcanum.
So it's not in the Arcanum probably. It's gonna be more outside of it.
Okay.
Just people that kind of hear whispers here and there, because my time spent in mod was always gathering information about where to find different unique items, and usually that would involve like traveling out and locating things for people.
Right.
But like they would catch whispers and stuff from the academy. It's probably someone outside of the academy there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a big city. I can. Do you have like a brief thing, or you're like, I don't care, just make something up, Dylan?
I'm sorry.
Do you actually have something? I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you have something in mind, or are you just like, nah, I don't give a fuck, just make something up, Dylan?
Just make something up. I didn't think that far in advance.
All right, you got it, buddy. So, you take them. There's like this kind of shady looking alleyway. You go down it slightly, and there's like this little fucking like bookshop that is just like power squeezed between these 2 other buildings. It just has like a really old kind of like crappy billboard that's half worn that you can't even really read the name on it. It just says "the" on it, and you can't even. There's like pretty much no point to the sign, as you're like, oh, this is the place, and you walk in, and there's a little like ching ching.
I imagine that as they walk up, Harold just looks up at the sign and goes, "The," and then walks
Yeah,
in.
that's
He's
too
like,
many questions.
okay.
And what was the cha-chin cha-chin?
That was just like the bell on the door as like you walked in.
Ching-a-ling-a-ling.
Just like a tiny little bell. So as you go in, it reeks of like real old book. Like it's kind of like musty almost. You know, like that smell of kind of like mold, like basement-y a little bit. Not like super thick in the air, but you know. There's definitely some going on. It's like a weird mixture between like that, mothballs, and like, you know, when you smell a book and it smells good. It's like this weird mixture of all those things. And you hear like something like a doo-doo, like in the back of the shop. 1 minute. You hear like a couple other things like shifting, and I'll be right there. And you see this probably like 5'8" woman with her hair kind of like pulled back into like a really taut bun. She just comes like running through, and she like dusts herself off. Hello. Oh, Felix. How have you been?
Hey, so and so.
Oh, well, I didn't know if I'd see you back. When you said you were headed for Sood, well, welcome back. Welcome back. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what this fucking thing is. Dylan just made it up. So she turns. How rude of me. Who are your friends?
Well, is Edmund with us, or is he back in his shop?
I don't know. Is he?
I think you might have came with. I know I'm there.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
there.
And I opened up my shop to be with him, but no, I did come with.
Okay. All right. So I have my friend Edmund here, the elf, Makoso,
Ed, very
and Harry,
nice to meet
two
you.
large
May I call you Ed?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an interesting crew, but I wouldn't have made it back if it wasn't for them. Unfortunately, I didn't really come here to chat too much or catch up. We had some information that I was hoping you've heard something about, or you could provide more information for us.
Why, sure. Anything for you, Felix? She says.
I'll let.
She kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit. All right. Down to business. What can I do for you?
Okay, Edmund here has come across some interesting information. I'm going to let him present that over to you. I'm assuming that he just goes ahead and talks about all the stuff he found and snake people and everything else.
Yep.
So as you're doing that, she's kind of like, "You're kidding."
It was as remarkable as it was terrifying.
That is true.
This answers some questions, but it raises so many more. One second. And she kind of like brushes past you, and you can see a couple of books like kind of fall onto the ground, and she's like picking through the shelves, and she kind of like gets one and like dusts it off, and see right here, and she flips some pages, and you see like a crude drawing of a Yuan-Ti. It's not like exactly spot on, but it's like, you know, close enough, right?
Wow, they look much prettier in this drawing.
It's more dangerous up close.
I
You know that-
bet. And how many did you say there were?
too many.
And there are many more.
It seems like maybe a small civilization. So,
Enough to
a
destroy-
tribe?
Enough to destroy the town.
Which means they must be able to procreate. She's just kind of like
They
thinking of.
they also appear to speak, and they might be able to fashion tools and weapons, although they were using, as far as we can tell, stolen weapons.
Yes, they are
What about-
sentient creatures, of course, but we haven't heard anything about these creatures in, well, at least several hundred years.
Have you
It
come
appeared to
across
have-
anything about the father with
Yeah.
these creatures?
And
We're
she-
thinking this figure might have religious significance.
She begins to flip through. It doesn't ring a bell. No. Nothing about a father. We didn't even know these creatures could father, to be honest. Between you and I, and you and you and you and you and I, these creatures were manufactured. They were created by the Arcanum some time ago. It's a bit on the hush-hush.
Fascinating.
Was there any reason to creating them?
Why not, right? Anything we
I
can do.
suppose so.
I'm not
you-
entirely sure why. I just know that it did happen. There's
Well,
some of
this-
it in this book here, but most of it was destroyed. Let's just say that was a bit more of an unsavory time in the Arcanum's history,
Well-
and well, they don't like those things getting out. You know how people feel about.
Yeah.
You know
I
how
think
people
this-
feel about the arcane arts as it is.
I think this father, this figure, might be related to why they're coming topside. They seem to live underground, but they're coming up and they don't seem very happy with other people.
Would
Bet.
you happen to know of a reason that maybe
They would
Yeah.
pillage everything in sight.
or more so that the Arcanum would create more of these things? I'm assuming these aren't the same ones from when they are originally created, depending on the time frame. So they would have to be new creations.
I doubt
We
it.
can we're only assuming that they procreate.
I mean, many beasts
Possible.
hibernate.
It's possible, but hibernation for 400 years,
It's unlikely, but
Yes, so it's likely that they are being created again, more than likely.
It is beyond unlikely. But they're also in the swamp now, so as far as I know, all of those facilities have long since. Yes, they've all been destroyed.
As far as you know.
As far as true, there's many things I don't know. As much as I'd hate to admit it. Again,
We also-
it answers some questions, but well, beckons so many more.
I mentioned that we found weapons and armaments that they seemed to have stolen and were using. These things, these weapons, seemed mass-produced, as if somebody was building them and either giving them to them or being taken, but they're unmarked weapons. They untrackable almost.
See,
I do have a man on that though, so hopefully he will find out soon who they come
But
from.
assuming somebody is creating them, they could also be creating the weapons that arm them, and that is concerning. Somebody's making an army.
What's more concerning is multiple people could be making an army.
But why?
and that is what I was
Why?
thinking. Why?
What do you mean, why?
What the army is used for? To conquer?
I suppose, but to
Wait, who,
conquer a swamp?
to conquer everything.
Perhaps.
I doubt
Harold,
an army of that size would get that far.
That size. You don't know how many there are.
I can
But
assume.
But it's clear. Harold, you were not there when we first encountered them. But Edmund, Felix, I'm surprised you don't remember.
Oh,
That
I remember.
snake said
Mhm.
everything was theirs by right.
Oh.
That
Mhm.
is not the thought of someone that will settle for anything less than conquering.
That's about right.
I suppose. I mean, it makes sense, but it's still an odd motive, considering we don't know who this is.
No motive. They took out 2 different cities,
It's an odd motive.
It's not 3 cities.
3 cities.
It's the motive of a fool.
Exactly.
You
and
don't
some-
conquer because you have the right. You don't have the right and then you conquer.
Mhm.
They have it backwards.
But
Mikoso
some-
rolls his eyes.
Someone smart enough to manufacture these things knows that humanity is as stubborn as it is fickle. People don't appreciate being warred against.
I would say not.
I say good luck to them. They're not easy creatures to fight. Well, I
Not
like
with our
harder to-
numbers.
Well, some of us, they're a little harder to fight. There's a look over at Felix. I feel a sly look, like a slight look on my face. It's like, you know. I don't have to say it, but you know.
And I feel like Felix would know this better than I would. I haven't casted much against them, but they seem to not react very well to magic. They seem to ignore magic.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the features they were testing.
Speaking of magic, have you come across any more books or spells through the academy since I've last been here?
Oh. Felix, my boy, you know I have. You know I have.
Oh my!
I'm sure I can get something for you.
What was that?
Said I'm sure that I can get something for you. But perhaps
Oh, what a surprise.
a little bit for me. Anything new? Tell me of your journey. What did you find in the ruins? Besides the Yuan-ti, you must have found something.
Ooh, I did. Ooh. Here, I need to pull up my pack. There's a little ring that I found. I don't remember this. I don't think there was any significant. I'm gonna pull out that ring that I found with the insignia on it. I don't know if you remember
Yep.
that at all.
Yep. I remember everything. So, she takes it and... It's certainly old. I'd have to check whose insignia this is, but, Sure. We'll call it a deal. And, one moment. She comes back and, plops down 3 books. Here you are. That's all I've gotten since last time. Do you have any
I
of
grab
the...
them, my hands tremble a little bit. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Do you have any of the old ones, perhaps, to return? I know you're not storing them all in your backpack there.
I may have lost them in the tower.
Ah,
There were more. I know there should be other areas up in the swamp one day to go up and get. But I found some additional scrolls, but unfortunately they were destroyed in the water.
Hold on. And she goes and digs through some stuff. and she like comes out, and she has like what looks like a box. It's a little bit bigger than like a couple of books, and it has like a hide outside. It's kind of like a giant scroll case, but it's made for books essentially. It has like these two latches on either side that help like secure it down with a piece of rubber.
Mhm.
And she hands it to you. Tell you what, this should keep them dry. You go to those ruins and you find me something. I'll make it worth your while.
Ooh, you are the best, my dearie.
You know I am.
I take that. And I start looking through those books almost immediately, just sucked in.
Okay.
Now, might I ask, this looks like a repository of sorts?
You could say that.
Makoto gives him a weird
Bit of a-
look.
Bit of a
Is
collection and an odd choice of word, but
Is everything here of an arcane nature, or are there books and tomes of less serious matters?
everything is a serious matter. What do you need, boy? I mean,
I'm
He's
looking,
looking for trashy romance.
I'm looking for information on the history of this province. I'm new here.
history, of course. Too easy. What would you like?
Maybe if
History
you
of,
have a tome.
Of here? You want the history of this barony, Amir? More of the region. I have different baronies. I got history on Dalkana, Al Jafaf, Abadar. What do you need?
I think history of the region will work.
History of the
Just
okay. Sure.
can I buy or rent or?
Okay, here you are. So, for you, it depends. Do you think you'll ever be back?
I plan on traveling with these people for a bit, so I
that's
imagine
a
I
no.
will.
So that's a no. Right.
Well,
Sure.
Felix might die horribly. You never know.
Well, for you, special price. Let's go with And you can see she's kind of like working some of the pages. It's a bit like dusty and whatever.
Mhm.
You are.
And after this, I do have another request.
Oh, okay, sure. What do you need?
On a more serious note, I am a healer of sorts, and in this region, there seems to be just as many remedies as there are ailments, and in these warmer climates, there's plenty. I would like to know more about the medicine and procedures in the area, if that's possible.
I see. Okay, sure. Sure, more of a physiker? Sure. I can get you something. And she thumbs through some of her shelves and picks up like several books. There's one that's like skinnier, and then she picks out like a fatter one, and then like, all different shapes and sizes. She plops like an extra 3 books.
Physiker.
Is this all? Are you good?
I think that's about it.
Well,
For now, at least.
For all of these, I would. Tell you what. We'll take 2 chins, 5 pennies.
2 chins. So, okay.
Copper
That'll
pennies, silver pennies.
Silver pennies, of course.
2
So-
gold, 5 silver.
2 gold, 5 silver. And then I kind of just, I pull out a couple different sacks, and I kind of sort out some change into one particular coin pouch, and I hand it off, and it's like, knowledge is invaluable. Especially when it could save a life.
Absolutely. Man after my own heart. Thank you very much. And if you ever happen to find a stray book that needs a home, you know where to bring it.
Assuming I don't read it myself first.
Well, why not do both, right?
Makoso scoffs. Knowledge is invaluable until you put a price on it.
And then-
Looking around at all of the books.
And Harold kind of steps back and gestures for Felix to continue what he was doing.
Gesture back for what?
Gestures back to Felix to continue what you were doing if you had something to say.
Oh, I'm sucked into the book right now.
Okay.
Thank you for paying my lady here. We need to. I think we should probably be on our way soon. We can
Yeah.
figure out.
Very well.
He kind of thumbs through a few pages and is just like, hopefully this will help me. I need to make some business soon.
Best of luck to you.
Gary, for all of your help.
Of course. Best of luck to you. And do come back if you find anything of interest. That is a loner, by the way, and she like taps on the hide like book preserver.
hmm
And then she opens the door. Do come back to the Hardy now.
Ta-ta.
Thank you.
Of course. Good day.
Now where are we at?
And she.
Mhm.
And next time Harold gets time, he's going to start reading through those medical tomes. And just try and learn what he can from them.
I mean, you guys are all like walking around right now, so
Yeah, when he has time.
yeah.
I imagine Felix is walking with his nose in the book.
So yeah, Felix is probably reading and walking, and he's probably going to kill himself when he steps over a rock.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You think a rock?
Just
Nothing.
man baby mode goes up on Makoso's shoulders, breaks out the book.
Oh my god.
Dex name.
Koso, do
No,
you mind lending a hand?
Hmm?
So,
Yeah, back to my show.
I don't know if I can walk and read. I might need some help.
Makoso tries not to like sound uncomfortable, but he hauls Felix onto his shoulders, and he like edges closer to Edmund and Harold. Felix has been
Nice.
leading him through the streets.
I set the book on top of his
He
head and used it as
He
a.
lost his security blanket.
Also, how tall is Mikoso?
I think 6'2" ish.
Geez, so we just have these two towering humans, one of whom seems super happy and the other one seems super shy.
It's not shy. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's unnatural for people to group like this.
I mean,
Very natural.
seems pretty natural to Harold.
We'll head back to my shop.
All right, so you head back to the shop. You take take
Fucking
a little
4
while
people
to
at a booth.
flip through. Another customer strolls in.
You
A,
should.
yo- a young
I said
man.
Harold.
His hair is like really long. He's got like this really long beard, and he's got like this weird kind of man bun. And he comes over. Hello.
Ah, welcome.
You sell tea, no?
That I do.
Harold is standing
Very
very
good.
close to the stand, as close as he can get.
Then
I'm like.
Makoso's leaning against the counter.
I am quite parched. So
Ah,
how much? How much?
for you, my friend, just 3 silver.
Wow, friend, that is I do not know what to say.
Yes.
It's
What
good
kind
of-
stuff. Magical.
What kind of tea
One-
are you selling, friend?
It's good
One cup
stuff
of the-
because magical
one-
properties.
1 cup of this tea will have you full for the rest of the day. You will not need a meal. You will not need any sustenance.
It's magic.
Well. You know what?
Guaranteed.
Sure. Okay, fine. I will take your magic tea. Sure.
All right.
I have
Very
some
good.
staters to spare. So here you are.
Take the 3 silver. I'll turn around and steep him some good berry tea, hand it to him. Enjoy. I'm not gonna turn into a bear
Thank
today.
you.
There's not enough people around. Did he drink?
Yeah, so he begins drinking, he's sipping it. Why, I am pleasantly surprised. It is quite lovely. Thank you.
I said it was magic.
It just tastes like magic. It's not actual magic, as I'm like side-eyeing Harold
I mean, it's not what I see.
to not say it's magic.
Hey, I'm helping you. No, I'm not.
No, you're
I'm
not.
helping you.
No,
I think I am.
No, not at all. It just
I go
tastes
over and I slap Harold's hand. Bad.
So he spends the better part of like 10 minutes. Like he's not like what and then leaves. It's tea. So he sips it, and
As he does, I create like sensory effects, like without like kind of his knowledge, just like the sound of birds, the smell of hibiscus or roses or eucalyptus, whatever.
It's a cool
He
little shop you
sings
got.
over the most. Yeah, it's like just sipping tea in a garden, essentially.
yeah.
The effect I try to create with Druidcraft.
Go ahead, just make like a performance check. With all
With
that stuff.
advantage?
Oof.
No advantage? Okay.
Just a normal, just make a normal performance check.
I might as well roll charisma.
Unless anybody else is somehow helping him
Nope.
in his magics.
I don't really have a lot to perform for magic.
Do you have
except for
prestidigitation?
minor illusion. No, I do not.
Minor illusion. That's really good for performing.
I cast light
Yeah,
on
but
the
everything looks
counter.
all blocky when I use it in this campaign.
Yeah, you get
Right
disadvantage
on the
now.
counter.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, it's fine.
I just-
So,
no, I
No,
just
it's
cast
fine.
a giant.
It's-
I just cast a giant beaming light on the guy's face. Is what I imagine I do.
Jeez.
and then he never comes back again.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I help.
0-2 there, Harold. 0-2. So no, he sips his tea, whatever. So you're making all these noises, and why? This was very good. And what you call this? This is your good berry tea? Yes,
It is my berry tea.
berry tea. Well, what is your name, friend?
Edmund, Edmund Alamede, as I hold my hand out.
Edmund. Nice to meet you. I am Elaine.
Elaine,
Yes.
with an E.
No, with A.
Alain.
Elaine, gotcha. It's very nice to meet you as well. Glad you enjoyed the tea.
Very much so. It was worth the silver. You have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you. And
You as well, thank you. Spread the word! As he's walking away.
yeah, so he walks off, very pleasantly surprised by the 3 silver
I'm-
tea.
I imagine that we're all just kind of standing around, and if it like 10 minutes passes with no customers, Harold just pulls up his flask of mead and just starts drinking.
Yeah, you see some people like look over.
What are we waiting
He's got like mead all in his beard. He's just
I
like
mean,
he
we're
looks
just hanging
kinda
out
like
for
a-
right now.
fucking just a dark fellow. He's got bags under his eyes and he's all scarred up. He looks like real hard. So there's a couple of people that are like, "Oh, look at that place! It look, oh," and they just like walk away.
Hey, no one's gonna rob us.
No one's going to. I'm not going to make. They might as well. I'm making negative money. In character.
It'll be okay.
Then close.
We have to.
We have better
find
things to do, do we not?
I mean, not really. I mean, we have some plans, but All of it will take time.
Hmm.
He
So
wants
I
to
guess-
garner
I know-
support. Takes
I have
money
to-
and resources.
Have to make money for my guild dues so that I can use my guild to get us possibly an audience with the prince. We can't just walk in there.
Why
It's a
not?
good
There's a
plan.
threat to his land.
A threat,
Because there
a
are
threat that his
very,
guards will not believe.
yes, very big, strong guards who could kill us. Frankly, I do not want to die. Not for you lot.
Yeah,
If
I
they
want to
did-
be on the live. I don't really want to be dead either.
If they
Not a fan of
disregard
that.
the threat, then all that comes they deserve.
The guards would disregard the threat because they're just guards. The prince, he might be wiser, but we need to get to him and talk to him, and we might not be able to do that right away. These things, there's systems in place and there's protocols. There's a reason. It all works.
And if they all die, I do not make any money.
Well, there's other princes and other commoners to buy tea.
Parlor?
I
More
think.
reasons you've all made.
So what?
More reasons you've all made. Makoso shakes his head and leans against the shack wall.
To lean to of a. How about this? Tomorrow
So-
we will attempt to go to my main guild house and see if my guild master can get us an audience with the prince, or at least
Oh.
as close as the prince.
All 6 silvers, very well regarded.
Hmm?
All 6 silvers will get us very well regarded.
And would make more if you weren't such a distraction.
You have a point, but, well, I have a feeling I'm going to be sticking around, but I'll try to be more decent, I suppose.
Yes, well. Plus, my guild dues are only 5 gold a month, and I have enough to pay food right now and silver at least. So, should be fine. As far as gathering content.
5 gold. It's reasonable.
5 gold a month. So I guess I'll run my t-shirt for the remainder of the day until we kind of shut it down, and then tomorrow I'll make an attempt to contact my guild master or leader and see if he can get us in contact with the prince or high up official.
Where do we stay for the night?
I can take care of that as well.
Okay.
So you all you all go, and you essentially have to contact your guild leader, who is Sagira Garai. She essentially runs all the. Oh man, it's so distracting. Whoever it is that has that reverb going on, it's Iceman.
Weiler.
Weiler. I hate it so much.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's back. Yeah, I was actually just typing something.
That's all I can do to fix it. If it's not fixed, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so yeah, you get in contact with her, tell her that there's something urgent you need to talk to her about. You go there, explain the situation. She lets you guys stay for the night.
Yeah.
And you try and get some rest, and hopefully you can get an audience with someone at least a little bit with a little bit more of a social standing.
Yeah.
So what she represents is a lot of the lesser businesses. Like she doesn't have any one big thing per se. She's kind of like the head of like all the smaller
The
businesses.
tea shops and the trinket shops and the
Yeah, all like
This-
the family-owned small
The
time
mom and pop,
businesses.
yeah.
Yeah. So she attempts to set up an audience. It's something that it's not necessarily easy to do. So I think I'm trying to think. I don't want to get anything like into anything too crazy. We have to cut off at a weird point.
Yeah,
My
'cause
my
11.
plan was to have like a couple downtime days where like she seeks audience, but like it takes a few days to actually
Yeah.
get
That's no
that
problem.
going. You know what I
And
mean?
if we do end up doing that, I kind of want to work with Edmund to figure out how he got his licensing for working here, and try to do something similar for Harold, where he can start becoming officiated for what he does. But that's something that we can do in downtime. But if we have downtime, that's something I want to do.
Downtime's usually measured in like weeks, right?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be like a downtime active, like in the book. You know, it's just like you have a few free days.
Okay.
We don't have to role play them all out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Cool.
So you
But-
can just be like, yeah, that's what we want to do. So
I don't really know how it happens, but he's going to start talking to Edmund to try and figure stuff out.
okay.
Cool.
So
Kind of
you-
understanding that he has to work with the guilds.
right. So would you rather?
Tell them things.
Would you rather call it here, or do you want to like skip past? Because I don't want to blow all our time. Or we could just do like the downtime stuff, and we can start at you going to the meeting.
I think we might as well just do some of the downtime stuff.
Yeah, because I don't want to get into the meeting because
It could take a lot. It
Yeah.
could take some time.
yeah, it's something I don't really want to cut like right at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can do some smaller stuff.
Okay, so
Definitely.
downtime activities here. So, Edmund, what's your plan for the downtime? You have a few days.
Definitely gonna try to get my business back up and running. Get more traffic through, more signs with more plants, with more smells. Keep Harold away. Any like disrepairs, I'm gonna go ahead and like fix and like mend and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just essentially, I've been away for weeks, and I'm just trying to build back up my shop and my stock, and get in contact with any of I guess any of the shops around me that I've known. I'm assuming for a while. Just kind of let them know, hey, I'm back in town, and I reacquaint myself. Just kind of reacquaint myself with the city. Essentially, yeah. On my end, it's pretty much just going to be socializing and reacquainting myself with the city, and just getting back into the swing of things. As far as that goes.
Okay. Sounds good.
The hustle and bustle of city life.
Makoso, what are you up to?
Try. Does all work need to go through guilds, or just
I would imagine just
setting up a
mercantile.
business? Yeah, setting up a business. Like you
Yeah.
don't need to get registered as like manual labor, right?
No. You could, if you just wanted something like, I just want to go do something and work for a few days, it's easy to find, like you go find work at the docks or something like that. You could probably get
you
the
would,
Sagira could probably hook you up with some sort of manual labor.
Yeah, Mikoso definitely wants to feel like he's doing something constructive. So, actually would look into more forge work, but if that's not available, building. If there's any like building projects, like lift heavy things, move them, set up buildings.
Yeah, that's not really a kind of like Like generally, that's like more skilled labor. You know what I mean? Which is not always easy to pick up. So I would say just because it's like the mom and pop kind of thing is her specialty, Sagira ends up hooking you up with like, you know, a mom and pop's kind of forge, pretty much.
Excellent. I kind of hope that it would be like one of those mass production things, so you could feel the soullessness of it.
I mean, it's
No,
not
that's
necessarily mass production, but like, you know, they're just making a bunch of like little shitty monotonous things like nails and like chain links and stuff.
Yeah, but like it's personal. Cause like they're this is
they're a
their forge.
business.
This is it might be a little soulless. They're just in it for the money.
maybe boring. I don't know if I'd say soulless.
No, there's a difference when you're in it for the money, or because like there's something you could do, versus like you're in it for the satisfaction of making something.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see, there's like the smithy, and then like his apprentice is his probably about like 13 or 14-year-old daughter. So she's like all dirty and like it's a lot of like them pretty much like bonding and like, you know.
That's super sweet.
Yeah, and then you're just kind of like in there in the background like making like little nails or whatever, and they're working on something. It's like their project. They're like, oh yeah, we got some work for this guy if he knows how to use the stuff.
Yeah, watching a family unit brings back horrible memories of that dream.
Mm.
As Mikoso thinks back to his loved ones back home, and worries.
And worries.
He resolves it. That's part of what he was pushing for. Like, guys, we should hurry up.
So as you're kind of like chink, chink, chink as you're doing this stuff, it just goes through your mind again. It is one thing for a man to create, another for a man to destroy. And you kind of ponder these thoughts
Mm-hmm.
as we figure out what Felix is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sit there and you wonder for 4 days.
I think
I
most
do.
of my time is going to be spent studying, trying to siphon through those books and then catching word on the street and stuff for other places I can start looking for work as far as like finding unique objects.
Okay, so pretty much, so like researching and info
Yeah.
gathering.
What was that?
I don't know. I think that was Hat's lover. But
Ooh.
ooh.
This is
Edmund,
wifey.
Mikoso, Felix, and Harold. You already said, so you're going to inquire about.
Essentially, as soon as I'm allowed, I'm going to talk to Edmund and figure out who I should talk to get started.
Okay.
Find out who I got to get in contact with, what I need.
Sagira would probably be a better person to talk to about that.
All right,
Anyway, but yeah,
well,
so
I
we'll
go to
say
them. Whatever I need to do.
so you're trying to start your own business.
Kind of. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how trade works here, especially trade of services and goods. Like, I'm trying to start up the business, yes, but it's also a lot of learning the customs of trade here.
Right. Okay. So circling back. Okay, so Edmund, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make a D20 roll with I would say probably like charisma for business, right? Like, and also socializing and stuff like that.
Intelligence?
I think it's more of a charisma.
Wisdom?
You said you were specific. You said you were socializing.
Dexterity?
feel like dexterity is what you make. Is that?
Are you throwing the tea at your customers?
I'm juggling it.
Gracefully.
Exactly. So roll a d20.
+0 for charisma.
No. Plus negative
-1 for charisma.
Wait, he has -1 charisma.
That's why he's such a jerk.
Yeah, I'm a jerk.
Oh.
But I'm a powerful jerk.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm-
So yeah, you
Shit
go ahead. You
happens.
go ahead and make that roll.
Fuck.
It's cool. Just nat 20 it.
Makoso. Let's
Hi.
see. You're doing. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you're forging stuff.
Yay.
You're making
Yay.
things. So I would just do it. It's
I
you
am.
know. It's either Dex or Strength based. One of the two. You could go either way because you're like making things. Oh, you have Smith's tools. Yeah.
Jeez.
So good stuff.
I have a brewer's. Can I use
So,
my brewer's?
Why is it +0 +3? That's so
Uh,
weird. Because it. Like, the 2 is my strength, the 3 is my proficiency. What's the 0?
I don't know.
Weird. It's querying
Can you-
something weird.
Can I use my brewer's kit?
Your brewer's kit?
Yeah.
So a 3 plus your brewer's kit is what?
I don't have a.
It would be plus proficiency.
I don't have any. I have to choose something at your discretion for.
Wisdom?
I mean, you rolled a 3. It's not really gonna matter that much.
Yeah.
Plus he rolled with his Smith's tool. I was just gonna do his strength. I guess like the tool makes sense, but
Yeah, I'm selling a product now.
But
I don't care
Really?
if you like.
apparently Edmund doesn't need Harold's help to scare people away.
we'll say because before you went to Segura, you were trying to bug him about trying to start a business. We'll say that's mostly why he could never quite recover from that.
Yeah.
I could focus.
He was
Alright,
he was
Felix.
trying to find time when he was allowed, but it's really when he invited himself.
Felix, go
Trying to
ahead,
work.
go
he's
ahead
like
and do
pushing.
like an investigation check.
Alright.
Yeah, intelligence. Finally, somebody using a
And-
skill that they have.
Yeah.
Researching
I have a
and
skill I
info
have.
gathering. And,
True.
Harold, go
Is it
ahead
Smith's
and do a
check? Or investigation. Investigation, my bad. Oh, I should have
It's
rolled
alright.
that for my
No, you got an
investigation.
18 plus. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a save or not. You're still gonna get
Okay.
lots of shit.
Yeah, I got the same score for investigation anyway,
Yeah.
so it's a
That's fine.
+6, so.
Those are two good ones. Harold, I don't even know what the fuck. You're trying to start a business,
And trying
but you're trying
maybe,
to learn it. I don't know if it's.
I mean, I'm learning information, and I'm also trying to convince these people that I'm serious. So it could be
Insight?
like a charisma or an intelligence or something. I don't know.
I think to me it feels like it's more like an intelligence based. You know,
How much I understand.
like because it's kind of along the same lines as researching. You know,
That's not bad.
so. So
Better than the 2.
Edmund, go ahead and roll a d6.
Roll a 1. Aw.
All right.
Customers.
So, out of all of the next couple of days, minusing all the things it takes, so you make a total of 3 silver pieces.
So
Oof.
1 customer.
Well,
No, minus
there's
materials,
there's materials and
time.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
Time invested.
So Makoso,
Paying rent.
there, you guy, go ahead and roll a. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus 5. Felix, hold on. You
want
were
me to roll that?
Nice.
you were doing those spells. Okay, so you
Oh,
get
yep.
9. You get 9 gold pieces.
Sick life.
Just because like you're just really like swift and you know how to work a forge, so you just mass production, essentially. You're doing all the shit that they don't want to do.
I throw myself into the work to distract myself from the looming dread that I'm feeling. Actually,
Okay,
that's why I'm so efficient.
so that happens, and Felix, give me 1 second. I'll come back to you. Harold, oh, you got an 11. So
Which is not, it could be a lot worse.
essentially, like
It's better than
you
even.
get the gist. So, talking to Sagira, who doesn't know specifically about like the medical field,
Yeah.
like tries to get in contact with some people to try and help you out. You find out that a lot of it is run like through like there's medical studies at the Arcanum, of course, and it's a very kind of lucrative like there's
Actually,
a lot of high money, like to pay to go to the Arcanum, to go to school, to get like it's like it's like here, it's like a badge, like you go and you get like
yeah.
training.
Just
like
one thing to mention. He probably learned at the Arcanum in Volstand. I don't know if his paperwork is still good because that Arcanum doesn't really exist anymore. But he
I mean,
probably
it still
he
exists, I'm sure.
he's officially educated from multiple institutes in Volstan. Like he is officially educated.
I can't remember your background. Did he come from money?
He came from a kind of more middle class family, but his whole family is healers.
Right.
And they were both involved with the temples and their Arcanum. He wasn't noble, but also he's not poor.
Fuck it, dude. I'll say sure.
All right, easy peasy.
So I'll say sure. So,
I mean, to be a surgeon, you need some kind of education. So,
well, I mean, we're also talking about like, right, mimicking whatever Renaissance era or whatever.
you would need to get officiation from every guild you go to, because the guilds all work independently. But
Right.
that I don't think I have 3 years to learn how to be a surgeon again.
Right. No. So we'll say there's still like a process you need to go through, like to get registered in mod, and like to be a doctor. Like you do have your paperwork. It's a little bit rough from traveling, but you will say you deliver the paperwork, and they have to check to make sure everything is legit, and then there is in order to register as a doctor, there's a 5 gold like charge to like all the paperwork and all like the bureaucracy kind of stuff involved with it.
I might need to ask admin to front me that, because I don't have any. I have 1 gold.
How much is it?
5 gold, I can pay 2.
Oh.
Is that something you can do?
Nope.
Front me 3 gold? No? Anybody?
Feel like
Oh,
I
wait.
can.
Good.
Yeah, I could front you that. I have technically, 18 gold? Yeah.
Yeah, I just need 3.
I'll give you 30 silver.
Okay, thank you.
I'll let you
Yeah.
borrow 30
Yeah.
silver. Give it.
And I pay it off. So I did pay the fee.
Okay, so you pay the fee, they get the paperwork going, and they essentially like ask where are you staying, like how can we get in contact with you, because it's not like an instantaneous transaction.
And I give them all that information as best as I know.
Yep. All right. So to answer Zen Burning, the map program I used, it's a free program called Tiled to make this, but these are actually like really awesome tiles that Rick actually purchased for me. Skypling Edmund. This was my first
You're
opportunity
welcome.
to use those tiles, and they're super amazing.
Yeah.
But there are all sorts of other sort of like hexes that you can do. But Tiled, yeah, I recommend it. It's good. It's good. It is good. So that's the thing. So Felix, right? Sorry, I got distracted.
Investigated.
Squirrel.
So we'll say you did score pretty high. Just go ahead and let's see here. You can make whatever marks or whatever you want. I'll just ping stuff. Okay, so through your stuff, you've heard some strange rumors of creatures around this area. I'm just pinging. Let me know if you can see it.
Hold on 1 second. All right, do it again.
Maybe. Hold on. Fuck this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see where you're paying.
There you go.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, the character
Okay.
pictures were in the way.
But character pictures. Not
Like all of our names
Oh.
down at the bottom.
Oh yeah, okay. So you hear weird rumors there of some people from the surrounding township just like going missing, and like just strange like lights in the middle of the night, and things like that. That people are like, oh, like it's the stories are all inconsistent. Like some people are like, oh, it's ghosts, and other people are like, no, it's this great monster thing. And there's all sorts of different rumors, but there's some sort of lead. They're like, oh, it's like something is going on there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
Okay.
and let's see here. You have the 3. So there are 3 different spells that I have to tell you what they are. 2 seconds. So from those books, each one of those books like gives you like, say like a spell. It's like an in-depth thing. It's not like just a collection of spells, right? It's actual like information, right? But you gain a spell from each one of those things. So hold on. I'm gonna try and do it like somewhat random here. So, one of them is, and you tell me if you already have this, because I don't want to give you one that you already have. So, one is...
He does.
He does. Okay, cool. Mirror image.
Oh, nice.
Another one is Featherfall,
Yeet.
and also, let's see here, because awesome stuff.
Fireball now.
Oh,
Fireball.
Already have Fireball.
Oh
Smart.
shit.
yeah, boo.
I mean, it's the level 3 spell.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't not have it.
And just because, fuck it, dude. Let's say the last one is Stinking Cloud.
Ooh.
I've got this now. Which is
Nice. Revivify. You just need diamonds.
good. Yeah.
And it consumes them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a shame we have no money. We're the poorest adventurers of all time.
We're getting
You
there.
might hit it big, you never know.
Yeah. We probably just need to kill this prince and take all his money.
Must be.
That'll go well.
I
That'll go
think
well.
we need to kill all of the UNT. Just every single one of them. Take all their stuff.
I'm down.
I am too, but I want to live, so We gotta
Yeah.
we gotta figure out a way to do it and survive.
I mean, I outlined my 3 choices. One of them is joining the UN.
Um, Yeah. You join the UNT, you leave the party. So
Yeah, but you guys can join too if you want.
no, I'm good.
Get strong enough to be able to kill them in fewer hits. I can conjure
Yeah,
multiple animals and woodland beings.
Oh, conjure
Alright.
woodland beings.
So,
Man down.
No, no one.
Wait, no one down.
No one playing.
No.
okay. So, through all of your downtime activities, you know, do your stuff, you come back, and finally, the day has come. So, you, escorted by Sagira, make your way to the western side of Mod, where like this kind of sheer cliff goes up, and the palace is built kind of like on this plateau that's quite literally overlooking the city. Security is super tight to try and get in, and through different like paperworks and checks and stuff like that, you manage to finally get in, and you are in like this sort of like waiting area before being beckoned into the chamber. And where we'll leave off is the doors fly open, and there's this grand archway. As you step in, you look up to see a giant mural on the ceiling of it's this giant raven that's carrying its like, trying to think, like tied to its leg some sort of like paper or message or something, and behind it you see like all these different images. Looks like a man that's kind of like he looks like he's ill or dying or something, right next to a river. You see like migration, like this huge herd of people that looks like they're traveling somewhere. You see all like these different things. It's like this giant, beautiful mural, and you look down to see like a nice like throne chair, and a gentleman stands up to greet you, gestures with a hand, and you see Sagira's face kind of look back at all of you real quick, and a nod as you're gestured in, and the doors close behind you. Shh.
Before I get there, I am gonna
Kill him.
cast Eagle Splendor on myself to give me advantage on charisma checks.
That's a good idea.
I feel like I need it. I forgot I had that ability. I probably should have used that to make money. I'll remember that from now on.
And up to an hour. Okay, sure.
Also, one thing just for flavor, for the people who are paying attention to it, when the raven flies above us with the message, Harold looks up at it and smiles, and he says under his breath, "Huh, Sign Odin is watching us." As Odin is the bird, or well, ravens are the bird of Odin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ugin Mugen.
Ugin Mugen. So, as the doors come in, and that's where we leave off.
Yay.
Till next time.
So
Baba. Is that who it is?
Yo, same. I mean, like, one of the baronies is the barony of Jafar, so, like, whatever.
That was great.
So
I heard it.
as the door opens, 20 UNT charge out, right?
I was expecting a Yuan T to be sitting on the throne.